All right, so the first playlist I would recommend you guys having is a playlist with your intros. So I made multiple videos on how to make intros. You guys can watch those ones. But basically, it's a playlist that has the tracks that you're going to use to start off your set. So I had a custom intro made on Fiverr that sounds like this. Just onto the sun. And then that's what I use when I open up my sets up sometimes. And then also, if you are subscribed to the Tidal Premium and you use the Tidal streaming service to DJ, what you can do is you could search countdowns or effects tracks, and then they have these really cool tracks that sound like this. This one's a countdown from 10. 5, 4. So there you go. So if you don't want to do a custom intro, you could use one of those tracks. It really gets people's attention, and I think it's a really good idea to start your set off with an intro track. So I would recommend keeping the intro playlist at the top of the list. In order to change the location of a playlist inside DJ Pro AI, all you have to do is hold it down and then move it to wherever you want, and then it'll stay there permanently. It's good to have them in order. So the worst thing to do as a DJ is to be looking through, typing stuff in, and looking like an accountant and not a DJ. So organization is key. So our intros are what we're going to start with. So I suggest putting that at the top. All right, another great playlist. Well, this is actually a playlist folder. In order to make a playlist folder, you press the plus button up here on the top left, and then you could start a playlist folder, and then you could put other playlists inside that playlist folder. So the next one that I would highly recommend every DJ that uses this app is do the decades. So right now I have the 90s and 2000s, but depending on if you're DJing maybe a 50th birthday party, maybe older people, or you're at a place where there's older people, it's a good idea to play music for the generation of the people that are listening. So usually it goes by when the people were in their early 20s, when they used to go out to the club and they were actually still cool. So if you find someone that's 50 years old, just do the math and then play the music when the 50-year-old person was 25 or something, and it usually works well. So you could have the 60s, the 70s, 80s, 90s, or 2000s. I don't really play for that many older people, so I just have the 90s and the 2000s. And then inside this folder, so the decades is a folder, and then each decade has its separate folder. So you could have playlist folders inside playlist folders. So when we click on the 90s one, now I have 90s hip-hop, I have 90s dance, and then 90s techno. So you could get even more precise with the type of music that you're going to play based on your audience. And then the same thing with the 2000s. I didn't get around to doing it yet, but it's really good to be organized. And now you have the decades, and then you have the genre inside those decades. So I found that to be super helpful. Then another one, I don't know why this one's here. Another one that I would recommend all the DJs to have that use this app is going to be sound effects. Like I said with the countdown one, they're on the Tidal streaming service, or if you're a member of a record pool or wherever you get your music, they're going to have sound effect tracks. So some of these could be for scratching, some of them could be for other reasons. So this is going to be another playlist folder. So inside the playlist folder, I have sound effects for scratching. I have this one, which is like a DJ vocal sample. This one. So this one's. So it's just like a scratch track. Another one is an instrumental, so you could play the instrumental and then scratch on top of it. And then this one is just some vocals. So you guys could add these vocal acapella tracks and then add them over beats, whether if you're playing an instrumental or if you're using Nero Mix or if you're just making a beat on the looper. So that's just Here We Go. I like to throw that in sometimes. It really hypes people up. So definitely don't sleep on the effects tracks. Tidal streaming service not only has almost every song that you could think of, but they have such a huge list of effects tracks. You just go back. Now we're going to go into Tidal, and we're just going to type DJ FX. DJ sound effects. Then here we go. There's full albums of all of these sound effects. So when you have some time, go through them and then add some of these to your playlist that you plan on using to make your sets a little bit more unique and a little bit more exciting. Of course, we're going to play music, but you guys can use these effects and then these vocal tracks on top of your mix. And it really sounds cool. It really brings more individuality to your set, so it doesn't sound like people are just listening to the radio. All right, so now we're going to go back to my collection. And then the next one that I have is instruments. So there are different ways to mix songs together. You can mix songs based on the BPM. You could mix songs based on words in the song, which is called wordplay mixing. But you could also mix songs by instruments. So you could have one song that has a lot of trumpet in it, and you could mix it with another song that has a lot of trumpet in it. So that's why I came up with the idea of having an instruments playlist folder. So inside this folder, I have trumpet. So these are all songs that feature some sort of trumpet noise. So there we go. We got some trumpet there. And all these songs have to do with the trumpet. Another one is going to be... I didn't do this one very well, but another one could be maybe guitars. A song has a lot of guitars. A song has a lot of flute. So find these songs, and then you could use it. It's a really unique way of mixing, and the crowd usually has a really great response to it. Next one is going to be video. So DJ Pro AI has a great video mixing mode. You just have an adapter, HDMI cable, and you could be mixing music videos. So now we are going to have a playlist filled with music videos. So these could be songs that you have in other playlists, but you specifically watched a music video and you would like to play that music video. And then you could also mix songs together based on what's going on visually in the music video, along with what's going on with the actual audio. So I found that having a projector or a TV really helps hold people's attention, especially now in 2023 when people are used to TikTok and they have really short attention spans. So having a screen with music videos really helps. So it's a good idea to watch these music videos. Make sure they're appropriate for the gig that you're doing, if there's going to be kids or older people or moms and dads. And watch the music video, know what goes on in the music video, and then as long as you approve it, then put it into your music video folder, and then you could go DJ from there. So I just wanted to make this video to help you guys get more organized with your playlist. Obviously, whenever you get booked for a gig, as soon as you find out about the gig, you should make a specific gig playlist for that gig. But it's always a good idea to have backup and have your own organized playlist. This is something you could do when you're bored at home, and it's just something to add to your DJ practice, because you could have the best mixing skills in the world. You could be a scratch master. You could be the best beat matcher ever. But if you don't play the songs for the people in front of you, then nobody's going to have a good time. So playlists are very important. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you guys do it a little bit differently. If you guys have any playlists that I left out, or if you have any specific questions, let me know in the comments down below. If you found value in this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.